I guess first pick could have tried to get one of them, but I guess they didn't want keeper, and they go because it's a little risky if you get the bad early game going. So they just play it, quote unquote safe, and they ban them out.
Yeah. Well, first pick Pharaoh going to be coming out here from Team NK. Empath,
Well,
and well, we'll see what the next one is, but
I mean it is support, but I'm a little bit surprised by that empath pick. Just I don't know. I just don't think he's that optimal in this kind of game, but he does actually pair up pretty good with the Madman.
yeah.
Yeah, Madman's pretty quick. Even with the empath, he gets more quick. He gets more damage. The heal's pretty strong too. It's really actually is pretty good in the early game. Until you get like I mean, it's just pretty strong, and especially like in the early game where Madman's a little bit uncontested, or till people start buying dust and stuff to
Yeah.
control him.
Well, Team NK going to respond with a Gemini Blitz coming out here. They got Gemini as their carry choice. The Blitz
Yeah,
support.
Gemini's pretty strong. Blitz is, in my opinion, probably like the best support hero in this pool.
Yeah?
Yeah, Blitz is just a strong hero. He just provides a lot of damage, a lot of utility with the slow, like all the slows really. I think he does a lot of burst damage. I don't know the number, like at level 6 how much he does, but it's something like 600 or more actually.
Yeah. It is pretty ridiculous with that chain or the lightning shackles. Yeah, lightning shackles of his. And comboing everything. So, how about that pick from dnL, though? Nighthound into Flux. So they have Nighthound and a Madman, so they got a good amount of stealth coming up. So you really stressed Dust last game. I think it's even more so this game. That Team NK will probably want to pick up that Dust and make sure of it. But that's going to be fun to see. Ravener Behemoth is how Team NK is going to finish things with their lineup. Well, then. So, initial look at this lineup, you thinking maybe some trial lane once again going to be coming out, or?
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, wow, you don't really like Legion's tri-lane is so weak, not gonna lie. You have an empath who can be good, but now with these heroes, um, and what you have 3 point stuns on Hellborn, you have Blitz, Behe, and Ravenor, I want to say,
Yeah.
and they should be able to stop no matter what. And there's no way dnL can fight them. They're gonna have a Nighthound, an empath, and a support Kinesis. And also, they picked Flux into a lineup with all single target spells, so I don't really know what to say about that. Kind of I want to say a poor draft coming up from dnL. I guess they do have some of their like, they have some Invis gank with Nighthound and Madman, but I feel like they're going to struggle a lot in the early game and also into the mid game, not having enough damage in these team fights.
Yeah. It is fun seeing Kinesis. As you said, it's probably going to be more of a support Kinesis, so it's a little unfortunate there. But, we talk about that patch, the balance patch, and this guy was the highlight, really, of that balance patch where he just got changed around everything, buffed basically all across the board. And there's a lot of talks that his possible play could have been stepping up. Unfortunately, we haven't seen it at all, with an on-tour at least, but we're going to see it here. We're going to see what's lapped does on Kinesis. And I believe he actually has history playing Kinesis as well. He's known for his
Yeah,
Kinesis
yeah.
play. So.
When I saw the pool, I messaged him, "Yo, Slap, I see your hero. I'm glad they picked it up." But
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to see him on more like a solo role, but unfortunately, it's probably gonna be support
Yeah.
in some form.
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, he's got the 3 minor totems, the regen here. Congo has been slain. No, that's not actually happening. Um,
It looks like Hellborn's just gonna do a double dueling in this game. I Maybe they just like the double duel lane with their heroes. They have a really strong short lane with the Blitz, or maybe they thought the other team would dodge and they could capitalize a lot. Like they dodged last game, they thought they'd dodge again. So maybe some mind games. But looks like dnL just going double duel lanes themselves, so that's actually favorable for dnL. They have a pretty weak early game if the tri lanes would meet.
yeah. You got Nighthound, setting up to be at that bottom lane there, so gonna be fun to see how he progresses. Speaking of Nighthound, also a hero that got buffs in the more recent past is obviously his ultimate, the agility on top of the invis that he gets from his ultimate. Good little buff there that he got going. So, and speaking of Nullfire Blade, an ideal item for him, so it could be a candidate here for something like a Nullfire Blade, and as far as possible build-up goes.
I think this Kinesis Flux lane should be pretty strong. They have a lot of harassment coming now. And I guess NK brought the kill lane, but they're not going to sustain harassment very well at all. You have a very short lane, short range support versus double range, who also just bring a lot of harassment to the table. So they might suffer a bit on this Ravenor.
Madman's manning up against the behemoth right here. Gonna go toe to toe with him before eventually falling back from one another. But you see right here, he's not gonna let behemoth bully him. Basically, he's gonna make sure to keep the harassment up on him as well. So yeah, behemoth as a babysit support for a Gemini here. You know, not your most ideal babysit support, but again, what they were kind of ended up with as a result of the draft. So Ravener blitz middle, as you talked about, against that Flux Kinesis lane.
Let's see if he hits the counter order now. It's actually very important. I think this is a hit. And it is. Yeah, it is.
Should be, yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna almost die though. Madman could.
That's that Wolf Commander pack, man. That does some good damage. Right there. Basically, is him saying he's not happy with that. But
Shit. He's just a melee hero.
oh, jeez, middle lane. That was a good amount of burst right there. They will get the kill, but it is going to come at a cost as Kinesis will fall. So a 1-for-1 exchange. I'll tell you what, even at level 1, though, at that time, I mean, the damage onto Blitz, especially from Kinesis, was pretty impressive coming out right there with that telekinetic control. But in the end, it is, like I said, he does fall as well, so.
That's actually really big for NK because they're playing the kill lane versus a harassment lane, and it doesn't. If you're trading 1-for-1 kills, that's always a good thing because it's going to be harder for you to farm the lane in a 2v2 situation.
Yeah.
And now you have a big level advantage on the Ravenor, so that means you can have a lot more kill potential.
And they're going to do some good damage right here, but again, Blitz in the background using that Blitzkrieg of his. Putting out the stun, you'll see the haste rune definitely helping there as well. Pilfering, slowing down Kinesis, but
I wonder how much damage. I mean, it's only level 1 stun, but I imagine it does a lot more damage when you're hasted.
That's true, yeah. I actually didn't even think about that, but yeah, the haste rune, pretty powerful rune on Blitz, to say the least. Oh, bottom lane, Pharaoh might be in a little bit of trouble. The wall in the essence like already being used. We do have a Nighthound Pouncer. Yeah, Pounce ready to go here, and that should be an easy kill. No, Mummy Walls come out. It drains us the Pounce. For the mana at least, but he will still be dead as Empath to finish him off. A little curious about that delay there from Nighthound to get the kill, but in the end they get it anyways.
Wait. So now that I think about it, like if you with the smoke cloud, smoke bomb on Nighthound, if you're really fast, you can probably make it so Pharaoh can't even get out of his own walls.
Yeah.
So a little bit curious that he actually hasn't picked it up, but he wouldn't have had the mana anyways for it.
Interesting, yeah. That is a good point. So we'll see if that does come into play or not for Lesky at that bottom lane. But, well, speaking of that, how is that going down there? I mean, obviously the assist on top of that. 24 Nighthound. Yeah, having a great time at that bottom side. Middle lane, a little bit of back and forth again, but no kills actually happening there as the farm is concerned. 9-2 Flux versus a 13-1 Ravener. So Axis having the better start here in terms of farm.
Yeah, it just really comes down to that first fight. When both heroes aren't in the lane, it allows the melee hero to go up for a lot more creep kills, and if, say, dnL played it safe and not really gone for any fights until they had a pretty large advantage in the lane just due to harassing the melee hero out, they would have been in a better spot, but unfortunately, as we see action.
Yeah, Flux is going to be caught out. Man's coming over. Flux, is he tanky enough? Barrel Wolves used right there. Blitz is going to fall, and Flux is tanky enough to answer the question. And now Behemoth, actually, he's very low on life. One auto attack basically could kill him. Telekinetic control coming out right there. Nice Behemoth wall off. He only got Kinesis, though. Could not get Man. Double tap
he's
coming
dead
out.
too now.
Yep, probably. They know exactly where he's at. There is a port coming in. Man's level 6, though. He's going to stalk right in here. Pass the tower. He takes a blitzkrieg, though. That's a very big time on his part. But it will be enough for the kill. At what cost? Blitz out. He's in trouble. Night Out even coming in. Puts down the cloud. Telekinetic control. Everything's being used. And he will go down. Dive galore here from dnL Esports. And it's paying off.
A level 5 Nighthound's middle at 4 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that is curious.
dnL running the lines. Just bring every hero to every fight. And it definitely paid off right here.
Yeah, Nighthound just like showed up out of nowhere. I was like, oh, okay, smoke cloud coming out. That's cool. Yeah, taking away a little bit of farm time at the bottom lane, but hey, it was worth it. Got an assist at least right there. As they're gonna wall off Pharaoh. He puts some. That's what you're talking about. It's a kind of an awkward situation. He's still gonna die, as the port's gonna be canceled.
Well, you're also against an impasse, so even if you do manage to cut off one of the walls, you can just get walled back in.
Yeah.
As you saw there, even if he was able to hit the wall, he would have been stuck anyways. So denial in a pretty good spot. In terms of laning, like their suicide got a lot more than the other team's suicide, which is, I mean, the Faw's doing pretty good in the farm department too. His farms are down a little bit because it's not a total free farm situation.
Yeah.
But the big thing is Pharaoh's suffering a lot where Madman isn't. So we'll have to watch that a lot. And Pharaoh just does, like, he's level 5, which is pretty good, but the hero just doesn't provide as much if he's not able to sustain in team fights. Because his survivability is really dependent, like, on his damage output. Like, if he has more life and he can stay in the fight longer, he's going to do more damage with the Hellfire and more rocket spam.
Yeah. Top lane, how has Gemini been doing? I would assume he's doing pretty damn good, especially with Madman even being involved middle. Yeah, he's 340 gold per minute. He's definitely the shining star right now here for Team NK, to say the least. So definitely going to kind of ride on his back a little bit as far as he's concerned. How's his build looking, by the way? He is going more of the aggressive early on, being useful build for the team. Twin Breath, Twin Fangs being leveled up here. So staying away from the passive and the stat build.
He actually has more creep kills than Madman because Madman and his kills, Madman's actually doing better than him. Yeah. And a lot of it just comes down to Hellborn picked Behe. Behe got the ward counter warded, but he couldn't really pull because he was so low on health. And maybe they would have been better off trialing because a Behe like supporting against a Madman in lane seems rather weak, and it was shown here.
That's yeah, I know it's not the most ideal, like we pointed out from the beginning. Is you see right here, not Critics, but Gemini actually had the one dog sent back. He had the blue dog here, the ice dog in the middle lane, ready to port in and make something happen. But no action going to take place as dnL Esports. Either they know something's up or just not looking to play too aggressive at this point. Probably is the latter of knowing something's up. In fact, they do have a ward of sight spotting Behemoth, trying to set up that whole time. So yeah, Madman's getting even more free farm at the top lane while that was going on. Nighthownd's just having a great old time at the bottom lane in the meantime. 427 gold per minute being farmed up on him. Another 1,300 gold saved up. He has the early Soul Scream ring, so definitely that Energizer is going to be in the works. In fact, there you go. Right clicks it. They're already going to try to push this bottom tower here. And I think they're going to be successful with it. Ultimately, might not go all out here. But,
it's going to take a while. I mean, you're a Madman empath. It's not like you have any true creep clearing potential. So even though it's a level 1 Feral Rocket, he can kind of keep it at bay. If they single pull and they have a double wave, they should be able to get the tower kill, especially because it's a catapult wave, which looks like they're going to do. So actually, they should be able to get this tower kill in the next 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, we'll see if that does happen. Again, the Energizer just delivered tonight, Helm. Well, middle lane, yeah, Pharaoh's coming over here. He's got that ultimate ready to go.
Does he have mana for all his spells? He's at 300, 150, 200, 250. Should be fine. Maybe like 20 short.
Yeah, very, very close if anything. So they are diving, man. They really want to make something. But look at Flux and Kinesis. They knew something was up this whole time. They had a ward aside at the bottom lane that spotted them coming over perhaps. And this is a lot of time and resources being used by Team NK to really ultimately get nothing out of it. So it's unfortunate on their part. Again, Gemini still trying to farm top, which he is doing. But even, as you pointed out, I mean, Madman, as far as creep farm is concerned, Madman's actually even catching up, too, to Gemini, who's also 3-0-1 on top of that. As there's the bottom tower kill. Man, dnL Esports really has everything clicking right now.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Gemini suffering a lot. Like, when you're at short lane dueling, you kind of mid lane.
Yeah, they're finally going. There's the pull in from Flux right there, trying to go for a counter. If anything, Madman coming in as well. Nighthownd is here. The cloud goes down. Empath inside of Nighthownd. Down goes Ravener. He has another pounce coming up in a second. Easy kills coming out. Gemini jumps in,
buyback,
but it was way too late. There is a buyback on a Ravener. Gemini's going to fall, though. And Team NK going to just throw themselves at them at this point. Haxer kind of just running in. He's just giving up, really. He gets the kill to Flux, but he's going to fall shortly after. There's no reason if he was played serious to absolutely go in there. So I think Team NK also even might be at a point of, well, it's only 10 minutes, but we're not in the best spot here.
I mean, they just died, bot back died on their You know, in theory, you know, your mid lane is your most important hero in the first 15 minutes of the game. So it's not looking good for them.
No, not at all. And it's just going to continue here to look worse. Nighthound chasing down Pharaoh, gets the easy pick off. Behemoth just kind of standing his ground with Blitz nearby. Yes, look at that pounce damage, man. I mean, it is just ridiculous at this point. He has another one coming up. Behemoth keeps on charging out. He's going to be dead right here. Yeah, he's going to pounce back in. That's an easy kill. Not sure what Insane was thinking. Again, it's clearly that they're kind of just in that mode of it's over. Oh, boy. How could I not see you? Insania apparently not sure how Nighthound works.
Nah, he's just bringing out the trolls. Honestly, they're probably just waiting 4 minutes so they can concede, and they're just trolling right now.
I think so. I think the end is near. They are going to maybe catch Madman here, and maybe, I said maybe, for that reason. He is going to be fine.
And no dust, once again.
No, they dusted. They did.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, he was dusted.
Oh, I just kind of expected him to die in Hellfire. That's all.
Come on, Sander, give them a little bit of credit.
Level 3 Hellfire is like, I don't know, what, 900 magic damage?
That's a lot. Still wasn't enough, though. They are going to maybe kill Flux. Never mind! Holy crap! Slap showing off that kinesis damage right there. Isn't that big?
You also have Nighthound Empath, and Nighthound was nerfed to the ground, but when you have an Empath inside of Nighthound, it kind of counteracts all those nerfs.
Yeah.
I think it, like, I mean, it definitely does. He's probably stronger than he was before without an Empath, but with him, he's pretty strong.
Mm. Yeah, he was one of those interesting heroes. That is true. He did get a slight nerf too. That I actually forgot about.
A slight nerf?
What was it? What was the nerf actually? Because I'm blanking then on what it was.
They nerfed like agility gain. They make it so you don't you're not backstabbing after a pounce.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so it was a bigger nerf. Okay, so to say it's a bigger nerf. But again, my point was that it was one of those kind of interesting ones because it's one of those like competitive scene wise. It's like we never see this hero, so it's like whatever. But in TMM, you know, he's known as a pretty dominating hero. That's definitely one of more of those style of bans, so or nerfs even coming out. So he is kind of one of those awkward heroes, kind of like an Amun-Ra too. He dominates the TMM scene, but competitive not so much. So it's kind of hard to balance a hero like that. But well, kind of going to side topics for obvious reasons. It's pretty safe to say dnL Esports is going to pull through the victory here. Nerf Nighthound clearly. They need that. And that means they're going to be playing Stay Green on Thursday. At least that is the schedule. That's the default time. So we'll make sure that that's all going to be good to go.
I like Tankifit's build. He didn't have enough gold for the Bracer build. Instead he went for the Minor Totem build.
Let's just get 6 Minor Totems. Why not? So,
yeah, man, he didn't have enough gold for boots. He wanted to capitalize on his gold.
Value right there, man. Value. 29 hero kills, not too shabby. Make it 30. Make it a nice even 30 right there. Yeah,
this is mid wars. They respawn, they just walk back mid.
It really is. Yeah, Team NK's been at the point of not really trying for the last 4 or 5 minutes even.
Let's see, what's this gold differential? 73% to 27%. I think they got a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, I think they can make a comeback here. It's going to require 3 Congors. You know, they do have Pharaoh after all. And then it's going to require like 3 5-man team, 3 5-man wipes.
And they're going to need a Tempest ultimate.
Well, shit.
Well,
can you make that happen?
I know some people. I can make it happen.
Alright, let's hope.
There's a slight chance. Yeah, no, they're just going to push out mid here, kind of just do the train thing as a old in last fight perhaps, but again, it's a fun series overall, even with it definitely being a stomp here in the final. Again, it's the point of this event is it's the banning draft mode. The players are clearly just having fun with it, and it definitely felt that as a viewer and as a caster as well. So, you know, shout out to both teams once again for providing entertainment here for this King of the Hill event. And that's the ultimate goal of it. That was accomplished here. So we'll see how dnL, though, fares against Stay Green, a rematch of the DreamHack Grand Finals. The King of the Hill banning draft tournament. That'll be fun to watch. What is Behemoth doing?
I don't know. I gotta say, in a banning draft, scenario, I gotta say Swindlemone's got a lot of favoritism because Swindle houses. Shout out to Swindle houses.
He has a lot of history,
a lot of practice.
Yeah. A lot of history in the banning draft mode, so no doubt dnL has their work cut out for them. They got practice on the other side over there. No, but again, a fun series there. Insania, shout out to him, level 3 behemoth to finish off a game. Not too often you'll see that. Well, any final thoughts on this series here overall, Center, before we
Uh,
wrap it up?
Not really. I mean, the games are just pretty crazy. You don't really know what to expect when these games, come into them. It's just kind of what happens, and you see what went wrong, went right, but it's kind of hard to predict like what exactly is going to happen. It's pretty chaotic.
Yeah. You never know with the banning draft. I will say again, it is a nice change of pace, if anything. Not only just different heroes, but the different strategies. The lack of junglers, of course, definitely helps out as well. So
Yeah, junglers really do shape how we played the game. Also, because there's not a lot of money on the line, people don't always make the most optimal play, and
yeah,
it's obvious to see. Like people are, they're just playing for some fun sometimes. Sure, they're trying to win, but they'll take a lot more risks, and that's something you definitely saw.
yeah. Again, that's by all means fine. That's what I say. It's for entertainment in the end, and both teams definitely came through with that. So shout out to both teams, but extra shout out, of course, to dnL Esports for taking the victory. And again, going to be moving on to Thursday to play Stay Green. So we'll have that scheduled for you ASAP. It's set for Thursday. It's set for 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 18:30 Central European Time, as was today. I know that being the default time for it. So we'll let you know if any changes happen, but hopefully that should be able to work out with between the two teams. So with that said, before we do wrap up one more time now, Sender, any final thoughts, any shout-outs even you want to make here?
Let's see. Shout out to Z Freak, Brendan, Troy, Riser, and lastly the viewers. That's it.
There you go. The viewers for tuning in. Thanks to pretty much nearly 2,000 of you for tuning in. Always fun, especially on a weekday here. Glad you guys can make it. Until Thursday, guys. Have a good night. We'll be seeing you then. By the way, one more thing I do want to say. Special shout out here. No, well, I guess more so kind of sneaking this in here. Selfish promo. But I'm going to be returning to streaming tomorrow on my personal stream. And ideally, it's going to become a routine thing once again. So twitch.tv/BreakyCPK. Going to be on tomorrow. Going to be playing some Han. Basically plan to play it all day tomorrow. And definitely going to be looking forward to getting back. Shout out to the CP Kappas for any of you that got tuning in especially. So we're going to have some fun tomorrow. And hopefully I can make it more routine once again with this consistent schedule. I think I got it all worked out. So anyways, until tomorrow or even Thursday on Honcast, of course, have a good night, guys. We'll see you next time. Congrats again to dnL Esports.